I'm hopping back over to the GMD280 HD, and we got a wiring issue I need to go ahead and fix. Every time we'd plug in the wiring for the cutter, it would always pop a fuse on our tractor, and we didn't understand why. Couldn't find out. We got some shorts. There's some wiring that needs to be fixed. So like every single one of these wires. So I'm gonna need to, like, once I get done, I'll have to zip tie it to that and then have it hang down like that right there so it's out of the way of the belts and stuff. I bet you what happened is we had a belt break off and probably slapped this and it rubbed. That's what I'm guessing happened. So what I need to do is I'm probably gonna have to snip off a bunch of the wires and stuff, so I may have to splice in some newer wire. It's probably gonna be different colors and stuff, but I think it'll be okay. We'll have to do that because I don't have any extra of this loom. So I'm just gonna snip it off at both ends and splice in some extra wire. It's probably gonna be a little bigger than this wire, but that's perfectly fine. I think with wiring, a lot of the issue is, like, you don't want wire that's too small, and then it could fry on you. I mean, there's a lot I don't know about wiring, but if it's a little bigger, it's probably okay. I mean, way too big, they may not be able to allow everything to flow properly, but I don't know. I think that's going to be okay and work in my situation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut into this loom, snip off these ends, and then go ahead and splice in some new stuff and zip tie it up, and then it should be ready to go. We can actually have some lights working. So, alright, now we're going to tackle the wiring issue. So let's see here. Go ahead and take this tape off. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut into the loom here and see if my knife's sharp enough still. I've dulled it quite a bit. Probably need to go sharpen that thing. Let's see here. So this is the way that I found the easiest on cutting loom, so that way you don't cut into the wire. You just got to make sure you don't cut too deep. Then you will cut into the wire. This is the part that takes so long, is just getting everything ready to go. Just like welding, it's all about preparation. Just gotta make sure I don't cut myself. This is some hard plastic. Slid this life outside. Okay, and then once you got a thin enough layer, you can peel it away, just like so. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. If I can do it without cutting the wires. There we go. Okay, just like that. That's good. Now I'll go ahead and snip all these off. Just try to get a piece or a place that hasn't been gotten into. So it looks like this is the area I need to cut right here, just like that. Cut the other ones about the same. Maybe I can cut more at once. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Set that aside. Now I got to clean up the rest of this. Okay, I need to go back a little further, it looks like. There we go, that worked. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay, there we go. And how much do I need to take off here? Okay, that right there looks like the... Okay. I need to take it off right here. Crap. I just realized there's two black wires. So I'm gonna have to make sure I get that on the right one. I want their different style, different gauges, or same gauge. Kind of looks like they're different gauges, so I should be able to tell from that. Yeah, you got one that's like super thin, and then you got this other one that's the other size. I'm not sure about this wire. I haven't really encountered that yet. I don't know what that is. It doesn't really look like metal. Okay, I'll have to figure that out here in a second. Okay, there we go. All the bad wires chopped off. We got good fresh stuff. Now I need to go ahead and crimp everything together. So let me get all these wires snipped to the right length. I mean, you don't have to take off a whole lot at all. Probably about like that much is good. Bend this one out of the way. Bend this one to me. Beautiful. Bend that one out of the way. Not sure about that one. We'll tackle that one here in a sec. We got this one right here. Everything looks good and fresh, so that's good. We don't have any burnt pieces or oxidized pieces. Okay. Let's see about this wire. I don't really understand. Where does that even go? It's got like a Like, it doesn't even have metal in it, it doesn't look like. I don't get that. Let me see what happens if I snip it. That's so weird. I don't know what that is. I mean, I can't really crimp that together, so I'm just gonna chop it off smooth. And I'll just have to just not connect those. I don't know how else you do that. Huh. That's really weird. Okay, those are ready. Time for the other side. Okay, those are all ready to go as well. So now then, let's find the right size of connector here. Let's see here. So now the wire that I have is going to be a lot thicker. That's pretty big. I want a nice tight fit on the bigger wire, and so that way we on the smaller wire it'll crimp nice and good and tight. Let's see, what sizes do I have? I'm gonna need several. Kind of running out. About time to order some more probably. I think I might just have to use those actually. Those will work. Okay, so I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna need 12. So hopefully I got 12. Let's see here. 1, 2, okay, so I've come up with a creative way to get this wire stretched all the way across. I found these, and what I'm going to do is, if you look over here, I'm going to run that wire across here, down to here, and I'll have that just sitting like that, and so that it can run all the way across without hitting this. I'll have both of those on these bolts, and so that way the wire can run safely across down to here. I think that'll work pretty good. that all ready to go. That side's good, and I went ahead and just taped that up just for safe measures. I'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so here's the finished product. We've got it all zip tied up and looking good. So everything's connected now. I will put some electrical tape around it though, and then after I get done with that, I'll go ahead and put those brackets on, like I was talking about. That ought to work pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and weld this up though before I put this on, because I don't want the wires melting. So let me go ahead and tackle that real quick. Alright guys, giving you a close-up on the weld. So whenever I was looking at this machine, there was a stress crack. Like it was pretty much broken. Like the whole machine was still together and everything. It was just a stress crack, and it went from like right here down, and then this. We've tried welding this before, and we couldn't get to around the bolt, so it continued on down, and then it was cracking even more. I don't know if we just weren't able to get to it last time, right here, but I think that was possibly what was going on. But here's the weld. The stuff I just did was right here, went down, and then this stuff right here on the side, on top of the other weld, as you can see. So looks pretty good. I'm not by any means a professional welder, but it looks like a nice weld. There we go, got one now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take one at a time loose. So let's see here. The way I want to do that, let's go ahead and drape it over. So it needs to go I think I'm going to run it below this for sure. And then this right here, let me open it up a little bit. That, or the other way actually. like that. So let me go ahead and zip tie that on. Alright guys, so I was testing out the lights on the Kuhn cutter. I finally got them working, but at first I was only getting the flasher. I wasn't getting any of the park light at all. And so what I had to do was I took the test light over here and I opened this up. And so I had this open right here. And so I had the test light hooked up to one of the grounding studs, or actually I hooked it up to this to make a ground connection. And I opened this up, and so in there I had to touch each one of those to see what lights I was getting on, because since I have the emergency brake set, it has the brake pedal set, like it's pressed and locked in, and so I should be getting a brake light, and I have the hazards on, so I should be getting hazard lights and a brake light. So I tested each one of these, and I was only getting the hazards, and so I noticed that like there was a bunch of junk, like oil and crap and stuff inside of here that was keeping me from getting a good connection, because whenever I touched the test light to it, I was getting like a little bit of light, and then once I rubbed it, it would come on pretty good. And so I was only getting the hazards, so I went ahead and just blew it out with the air gun, and now I was getting a whole lot more connection. I was getting the solid for the brakes and the hazards as well. So all I'd had to do was literally blow that out, blow out the connector, the 7-way plug here, and now it's working good. So that was all I had to do. Pretty awesome. So lights are working.